Welcome back. When looking at the bank's earnings results of the past week, one thing stands out. Lending still hasn't picked up. Income from interest charges, though, has risen sharply. And that is hurting companies, especially the smaller-sized ones, for which it is more difficult to find alternative funding. Here to discuss the matter is Tim Searle, CEO of Global Eye. Welcome to the show, Tim.
Thank you.
Tell us, why don't banks pass on the low interest rates we have at the moment? And how would that help the overall economy if they did?
Well, it would dramatically help because, of course, any small to medium-sized enterprise needs cash. It needs cash flow in order to build their businesses. And as we come out of the financial crisis, we need those SMEs to take things forward. That's generally what it's recognised as. But if the banks are getting away with it at the moment to charge high interest rates and not lending stuff out, then there's going to be basically the market forces should dictate really what's going to happen. So there needs to be almost a propensity from the upper echelons, maybe the central bank, to say, guys, we've helped you, we've given you the money, can you get it into the marketplace so we can rekindle the economic activity?
Has it become easier for smaller sized businesses to get lending, to get finance from a bank?
Not really. I think they might be a headline that we have finance available, come in and we'll do it for you. However, the criteria or the number of criteria that a bank or that a bank will demand or what a company has to provide has actually got quite extensive. So you almost have to be the perfect candidate in order to get financing.
Are smaller sized businesses more dependent on lending than large ones? Large ones can go to the capital markets, issue a bond, go public.
Speak to shareholders.
But a small company, maybe even a family-owned one, what to do?
True, but I think that the market forces, once again, can be similar. I mean, just because a company is a large company doesn't have, unlimited resources to cash. Sometimes IPOs, people go to the market to try and raise money. There's generally two ways of looking at an IPO. Either the company's about to do really well or they're about to go under. So which way do we take things? I mean, there's been some fairly significant players in the market recently who've removed themselves from the IPO market. So there is not a massive wealth at that high level. Let's look at, for example, here in the UAE, the sovereign debt needs to be resolved. I think quite clearly it's taken too long to actually be public that the sovereign debt has been resolved. If that's taken care of, that will naturally reflect into the corporate world, the retail world, the SME world, etc., and give some clarity as to where we are with regards to the fiscal policy here in the UAE. But corporates have the same issues and problems of trying to get money, and say you and I going down to a bank saying, can I have some money? They'll purely analyse and say, is this a good risk or not?
Let's look at the real estate market. How easy is it to get a mortgage these days, and are the rates cheap?
There is a propensity again for the rates to come down. You might see in the press some nice teaser rates that are coming out there around the sort of 5% range, that kind of stuff. But that's really for new people into the marketplace. Most people are paying in excess of 6, 7, 8%. They're only doing it on completed properties. There needs to be a change, once again, in the whole real estate financing. It's been a little bit sort of old school, if you like, and I think the banks need to get a little bit more imaginative in order to, once again, perhaps those in the real estate sector, if there's going to be any chance of that recovering and getting some sort of green shoots coming through, it's allowing people to come in and just say, look, come to us, we give you the finance, go and build, go and buy that property. But it really is only on built properties at the moment because, once again, analysing that risk for the banks is far simpler for them. So once again, we will give you the money, but are you that model citizen candidate in order to offer that to them?
If I got a mortgage with a high interest rate, can I maybe now rebroke my loan? Get a cheaper rate?
Definitely. What a great idea. I mean, so many people fail to do this. They get a mortgage, they might be having it for the next sort of 10, 15, 20 years and miss out on lots of interest payments, of course. So if you can rebroke it, not all banks will look at it. Some will. Get involved with a good broker and they should better give you a solution.
Thanks for coming in today.
Thanks.
Great. Well, that's it from the business desk. Up next, Laura Buckwell is back with the news.